Welcome back to the Finer Details, a series where we go around the map to Hitman 3, break into a bank vault, and for some reason cause some guards to vomit into each other. Today we're in the New York map, the bank, to see what's going along with the stock market. Let's get started, shall we? Starting off on one of the monitors in the stock market area, you'll notice a bunch of numbers scrolling along. The thing is with these numbers is that when one of them gets to the top, it'll then reappear on the bottom as well. On the newspaper for the US now, there is a picture in the middle of it of Haven Island. There are also a couple of mentions to a sports team in the New York area and the target of the map, Athena. On the computer in the starting area for the investment banker, you will notice a drawing of a bloke with a red tie and two guns, which is an obvious reference to 47. On a few of the notice boards there is this letter that appears which has a postcode which actually links to Cornwall and a college in the area, as well as the actual sending address being Happyland, which is a funny name. Moving on to another newspaper, there is this one which has a picture of what looks like the backside of the Paris map, as you can tell from the right hand side, which is the gazebo where you can do the meeting with Novikov. There's another newspaper in the area which has the Paris backside of the map as well. This time you can tell because it's the same chopper and also illuminated signs in the background. And there's also a third newspaper which on the left side has the Sapienza Plaza picture. In the stock market area there is this scrolling board with various different letters and initials for different brands from Hitman. We've got KWM, which is Cowoon Racing, KRNS, which is Kronstadt, MFB is Milton Fitzpatrick Bank, DFG is Draufganger Drinks, SIRN, I haven't worked that one out, IOI, obviously being IO Interactive. We've got Aeon, which is the racing team. Both BIS and RIV I haven't worked out yet. You've got THWK, which is Thwack from the Racing Miami. And both QTL and RVM I also haven't been able to work out yet, so if you've got an idea of those, leave them in the comments below. In the security room near the vault there is this TV which can be turned on, and when it is turned on you get a view of a baseball match that's taking place between a New York team and also a Hokkaido team, the same one that takes place in the map in the director's office. There are also views of the stands, which are actually the same stands as used from the Miami map as well. Moving on to the IT room, and boy, there are a lot of references in here. We've got the icon, which is obviously the map from Hitman Sapienza. You've got a blue banner that says have you tried turning it off and on again, which is commonly the first step of tech support and is also a reference to the IT crowd. And we also have the poster on the right, which is a reference to the UK extreme metal band Cradle of Filth, which is also a character from the IT crowd's favourite band. Next up we have a poster that says keep calm and make sure you debug, which is a play on the keep calm and carry on war slogan that was around during the war. There is an NPC in the IT room who is wearing a Matahari t-shirt, a reference obviously of Atari with the Space Invaders logo, and also Matahari, who was a German spy in World War I. Very interesting historical reference as well there with the gaming tech as well. And the final references we've got are the New York Tech Expo, which feature some of the mannequins from the Miami map, and also the two IT techs are playing a game that was produced by IO as well, which if you knock them out, creates a you lose screen. Moving on to the vaults, there are a couple of references and passings here. Firstly, if you enter the vault as the bank robber disguise and pick up all of the gold bars in the area, which are all mainly in the centre bit with the data core, the game will give you a couple of rewards for doing so, for pulling off a successful heist. This pile of gold bars will spawn in the middle, which contains a gold shotgun, as well as also your disguise mask turning gold as well. The golden shotgun does have a nice unique quirk to it, as that whenever you fire it, it will launch some gold confetti as well, which I shall show off here. This gameplay also has an interesting bug where the shotgun firing went into first person. Definitely threw off the game a lot. Other items you can find in the vault contain a violin from the Santa Fortuna map and a painting from Scale. You've got the burial dagger from Scale and Janus's burial. You also have some Fabergé eggs, which contained in the Scale map in the gallery, as well as also one of the commemorative tokens that appears in order to get into the cult. In one of the hallways of the bank, there is a set of 6 paintings which have an interesting set of names underneath each of them. The first one we have here is Bjarne Christensen, who is a senior level designer at IO and also a Norwegian politician. The next one we have is Carl Lewis Saunders, who is an environment artist at IO Interactive. Next one we have is Hilda H. Sunder, who is the lead environment artist at IO Interactive. We then also have Mattis Widrat, who is an environment artist as well at IO. Definitely makes sense that all of these are IO artists and also level designers, because they have the say in what goes in the map, so they can do whatever they want with it. We have Meta P. Anderson, who is a level designer at IO as well. And we also have Michael Nenkov, who is junior level designer at IO Interactive as well. Don't know if the portraits relate to them though. Moving on to some of the larger Easter eggs of the map now, and the first one we have is classed as the Noir Easter Egg. The first step to it is going to the alleyway with the portraits we just mentioned, and shooting them in a particular order. So looking at this one, the first one you shoot is the one opposite here. And each of the lights from there will have a flickering. So the next one you shoot is this one here. Then the next one down here on the right. Then we shoot the next one down here on the right also. And finally the one we shoot is the one on the left here. Once we've shot all of them, we can go back to the first painting with the light still on, and on the painting there will be a locker key. With that key you can head down to the safety deposit box area and open this one right here, and it will contain a gold idol which you can then take down to the corridor near to the IT room. The exact location you place it is around the corner near this shelf, and there will be this plinth you can put it on in front of a set of candles. You'll notice it raises up, and once you place it on there, some candles light up. Next step is to climb in the box here, and then once you climb out, it'll turn into black and white mode, and 47 will have a detective hat. The next Easter egg we've got is the secret exit that is around the map. For this one, what you have to do is sell the stocks in the stock market area. You can do this by either blending in as an investment banker by getting rid of that dude somehow, or going up here as IT crew and summoning that dude away by talking to him. Once you've done that, you'll have access to the computer, and you'll be able to sell all of the stocks and shares on the monitor, causing the stock market to crash. This is the first step of the Easter egg. The next step for this Easter egg is basically completing all of these sections from the mission. The best mission story to get it to work is the investment banker that is getting fired, and going to that meeting, where you can push Athena through the clock tower, which will be a featured method on how many ways. And after that, once you've got the data core, which I'd recommend getting first, you can head to the exit, which will be by the window. This secret exit is a reference to the 1929 stock market crash, where reportedly bankers jumped out of windows. The final Easter egg we've got is a call through to The Shining, the famous horror film with a lot of tropes in it. The first step to doing it is picking up the key after doing the interview. The way of getting the key is very complicated in that you have to queue to stand up when you said "Thank you, Mr. Thomas," and the key will be in the room here. If you let stand up automatically, it won't work. The key is number key 237, which in itself is also a reference, because that's a reference in the movie. And when you head down and open the safety deposit box, There are also another couple of references included with this as well. Firstly, when you open it, a spew of blood will flow out, which is a reference to the elevator scene, and there's a fire axe in there as well, which is a reference in itself to Here's Johnny. The fire axe doesn't have any other properties outside of that though, it's still just a regular fire axe. That's all for this episode of the Fine Details from New York. There's quite a few interesting references considering it was only a DLC map, and it's quite a small map as well, to be honest. Next time we are staying in New York still, because there's a couple of places around, like the stock board and also the names at the entrance, which have a few references. So with that said, thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.